Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my ration review. Please subscribe to the channel. Please go and donate on patreon.com. Today is going to be a civilian ration review. We're going to be doing the SERAC 24-hour Deluxe Menu 2. This is quite a heavy ration and it barely fits in the packet in which it's in. So let's start checking it out. It's a dark green plastic, very flimsy. You can seal the plastic here on top if you have got a sealer. It's sealed with a quite flimsy ziplock on the top. So let's check this out. And there's the stuff just all packed inside. We've got some savory rice, 150 grams, savory mince, 200 grams, chicken biryani, 300 grams. The ingredients of these meals are on my Facebook and Twitter pages. We've got some muesli, 150 grams, it's already expired. We've got fruit juice and a 200 milliliter milk, which is also expired. We've got 2 isotonic drinks. We've got 1 lactose-free strawberry shake. We've got 2 chicken soups. We've got a chocolate power bar and some Super C's. We've got 50 grams of biscuits. We've got 6 fuel tablets, a box of matches, aluminium tray and some plastic bags. We've got 3 little triangles of milk, also expired. We've got some fruit chutney. We've got the cheese, looks like cheddar. We've got 2 little jams. I put this jam in a plastic bag because it looks like it sprung a leak. This is one of the plastic bags they provide in the ration. We've got 2 bags of sugar. We've got 2 teas, 2 coffees and a cappuccino. We've got a knife, fork and spoon and napkin, salt and pepper. Something I see we don't have, which we normally would have, is the rusk. I wonder where that is. So that is everything that is in the SERAC 24-hour Deluxe MRE Pack 2. Welcome at the early morning cappuccino. We're going to have the cappuccino for our early morning when you get up. And this one didn't have a rusk, so we are going to have one of the SERAC little biscuits together with the cappuccino. This is a Nescafe cappuccino. You can see this thing has got quite a lot of air. There's some sugar in here, coffee, milk or milk powder. So this doesn't have a T-notch, so you have to actually create one with a knife. You can see the light, all the light stuff is the milk powder and the sugar. This is the SERAC biscuits. There is no, sometimes you get these that are sort of sealed or vacuum packed. This is the normal SERAC biscuit. We're going to have one now and one for breakfast. This has got the oatsy taste, it's very sweet. It's more a cookie than a biscuit. Just gonna put in water into the cappuccino and I'll be back. This is the cappuccino. You can see there's quite a lot of milk in here. It's nice and strong, it's nice and foamy. I am not very enthusiastic about the sugar in here. I don't really like sugar in my coffee. The milk is fine, but the sugar is a bit sweet for me. So we don't have a rusk, so we're going to try one of these SERAC mountainous biscuits. Now this cappuccino is nice and strong. You get a nice Nescafe coffee flavor. It also transfers beautifully to the biscuit. You still get that strong coffee flavor when you have the oatsiness of the biscuit, so it is a good complement to this. It's not as bad as the South African normal coffees where you have almost no coffee flavor. That doesn't go that well, but this one you get the nice coffee flavor still in your biscuit, so it's quite nice. And the cappuccino is nice and creamy, so see you at breakfast. This is a good way to start your day. Before we start breakfast, we are not going to use the matches. This is just normal South African line matches. It is not any stormproof matches whatsoever. It's just regular matches. You get 6 fuel tablets. This is quite good fuel tablets. It doesn't have that strong smell, I think, as some of the international stuff, and they burn for about 15 minutes. And you get these aluminium trays to heat your food in. This does take about 300 grams worth of food, so you can heat all your meals, or will fit in this. You normally, with the 24-hour meals, get 2 trays, so I think I have to clean them as well for between meals. Welcome at breakfast. We're going to have some muesli, 150 grams. This is already expired, sadly, but it's just muesli, and it's nicely sealed, so we are gonna try it. We've got a knife, fork and spoon. We've got the rest of the biscuits. We've got 50 grams of isotonic gin. This makes half a liter. We've got milk, which we are not going to use since it also has already expired in February already, which is really weird because they pack this ration in January. So it's not nice. We've got sugar that we are not going to use. We've got a chocolate power bar. We've got another milk, which we're also not going to use since it also expired, but you're supposed to use this with your coffee. We're going to use the coffee though. We're going to use the cheese. This looks like cheddar, it's the color. And we have got 2 little jams. This one jam is just in a bag because it's very sticky. I'm not sure if the jam itself sprung a leak or it was sticky when they put it in the bag. But we've got 2 jams. So this is breakfast. As I said, the muesli already expired, but it's sealed in a nice bag, and I hope it's still good. There's 10 notches. This looks and tastes like the same muesli we had in the previous menu. You can see there's a lot of raisins, there's some grain stuff. It slightly tastes like honey, crispy. So I'm going to add a bit of milk to this. You can see this is quite dry. I've seen some all bran flakes in here, there's some oats in here, there's some other grilled grain in here. And this stuff is definitely honey coated since some stuff sticks to other stuff. It's dried, it was most likely baked. So this will be a good trail mix as well if you don't want to eat everything at breakfast. Although the packet can't reseal. This is just normal Nescafe coffee, which I will go make. Now you can see this is already starting to delaminate, although I think this only expire in 2020 or 2021. This does not have a tear notch. This is orange. This does smell a bit like rotten oranges, the powder, for some reason. I don't know why. Sometimes it does, but it's still normal. It's light orange powder. So I'll go and mix this with half a liter of water, and we'll get breakfast started. Alright, here's breakfast. It seems this one, I've looked at it and it looks fine. This is again just mixed jam, as all the SERAC jams are. This is sort of gelatinous like most of them. Sometimes you get a very soft one. It's very sweet. It's a bit tart, but not as tart as the apricots are. And this is just normal mixed fruit. I think this one is a bit more tart than the previous one I had. I think it most likely differ or depend on what is the dominant fruit in this. You can see the cheese, it's a light yellow color. And this cheddar, it's much more salty than the Gouda. Let's try the cheese and jam first. Now the cheese is a very light yellow. It sometimes looks funny. So let's taste the cheese and jam. The cheese gives a nice saltiness to the whole biscuit jam combination. Without the cheese, the jam is so sweet on the biscuit. It's almost a dessert. But the cheese does give that extra little saltiness. Let's check out the cheese alone. The cheese with the biscuit, it makes it much more salty, especially because this is cheddar. You do get a cheesy oatsiness. It's not that sweet undertone what you get when you have the jam on it. There's 2 jams, so you can use the other jam as well. I'm going to use some of it now. The orange cool drink. It's quite strong. It tastes like Kool-Aid, somewhat like Rehydrate. A bit sweet, not really, slightly bit tart, but not as, doesn't have that citrusy tartness that the US drinks have. But it's very sweet. If you don't want it too sweet, you can just add more water. But this is, I add just half a liter, as I said. This is almost too sweet for me, so I will still add some water if I have to drink this. Let's check out the muesli now. There's time to steep a bit. It smells like cereal now. You can see there's a lot of grainy stuff. There's also some all bran flakes in here, as I said. Some raisins. You get a cereal taste. Some of it is soft, some of it is not, still nice and crispy. You get that cereal, all branny, cornflake, that cereal taste. You get the sweetness of the raisins. You get the crunchiness of some of the other grains in here. You get the softness as well. So it's a nice combination, especially if you use very little milk. If you want it much more softer, you can always use hot milk or hot water and a bit of milk. But I like this. It's a nice muesli. And as I said, if you don't want the muesli, you can just use it as a trail mix. It's sweet enough. It's not very bland. It's quite tasty. You do get that honey sweetness coming through, so you don't need extra sugar. This is normal Nescafe coffee. It doesn't have the nuttiness of the normal South African ration coffee. It's got that sharp Nescafe taste to it. Somewhat bitter. So let's check out the biscuit in the normal coffee. The dryness of the biscuit gets taken away by the coffee. You get the coffee taste comes through nicely with the given with the oatsy taste. It's not as sweet as when you dipped it in the cappuccino, but it's got a nice coffee oatsy taste. So the last thing we have to check out is the chocolate tower bar. Now this is chocolate covered. You can see this is there is normal chocolate on there. This is the normal structure of a protein energy bar. It's not extraordinarily sweet. You get the slight sweetness of the chocolate, and you get that protein taste, energy bar taste, and structure in the middle. There's some crunchiness to this. So it's not a very sweet chocolate, which is nice. It's a nice way to end breakfast. The muesli was nice. It's a shame about the milk that expired. I don't know why they couldn't just check their stuff expiry dates. Since the outer packet expires in January 2020, and a lot of the inner stuff, or some of the inner stuff like the milk expires, and the muesli expires before that. So despite that, the muesli is nice, still quite fine, although it's expired. The coffee is all just normal Nescafe, and the SERAC biscuits and jam and cheese is just normal SERAC biscuits and jam and cheese. And the chocolate bar is nice, it's not very too sweet. So you get 2 jams. I don't know why they give you 2 jams. If you can most likely mix some with the muesli if you want to make it sweet. And the cheese, I think, is a better combination for me than the peanut butter we got in the last one. So that was breakfast. Thanks for watching the first video with me. Overall, it was a shame we didn't have the rusk, but the biscuits go well with the coffee and with the cappuccino. So again, thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, please go and donate on patreon.com, and see you at my next ration review.